Hello, how are we? I hope you're all having a wonderful 29th of December 2025. It is currently today my younger brother's birthday. He's turned 25, which means within the month I am turning 28. So my younger brother's birthday is just a reminder that mine is coming up soon. So yeah, happy birthday, Josh. So he's had a wonderful day. Shares a birthday with his own girlfriend, which I would never be able to live with. Never. It's my day and my day only. But that's not the whole point of this video. It's not even the point of the video, or a point. I just, yeah, got it in there. So what we're doing is what I said I was going to bring up during the last video, which is a setup video. I could call this my 2026 setup. It's not even complete. Well, it is complete, but you know, there's always room for improvement, and believe me, it's coming. Especially over this Christmas period, all them hours I was putting in with 2 jobs, I thought, you know what, I've just been working my ass off over Christmas. I'm treating myself. Usually I wouldn't because of my own tight financial situation, but here, fuck it, I'm doing it. Some of this I've needed to do for a while, and some of it I've just thought, do you know what, I'll get this or I'll get that. So it's done as you look at it, but I'm working on other stuff as well, which I cannot wait. That won't be elaborated on until a bit later on. I'm either going to wait until much later because it's going to take a while, or I'll see what happens. Yeah, so with that out of the way, let me show you what I have been working on and what is the butter for my bread. The butter on my toast, I guess. That was terrible. Let me show you this thing. Boom, Bob's your uncle. This is where the magic happens. Not that magic, my kind of magic. This is kind of magic. Yeah, I'll walk you through it. You may notice, well, I hope you've noticed, 'tis pretty much the mascot of the channel and is the mascot of my life. We have the penguins. Let me move that. That does not need to be there. Yes, in case you haven't picked up on the channel theme and what you're looking at right at this moment, I am madly in love with penguins. I have been madly in love with penguins for most, if not all, of my adult life. Them being on this planet just brings me so much joy, and I can't explain it. It's endless joy. So yeah, and there's even more over here. Yep. So next to my little group of penguins, we have a unfinished, keyword there, unfinished model engine. I started building this, God, it's been a while, few months. It's been a few months at least, because my mates like doing little models, like Airfix and stuff. They're really into this kind of stuff, so I thought, you know what, I wouldn't mind a little model engine. If I had to build anything, this would be it. So I got one. Still haven't finished it. Got stuck, left it, and then went to my mates, did a bit of work on it, and now I could, if I could commit the time, go and finish it this week, I suppose. But knowing me, that's probably not going to happen. Yeah, just guess you could stick that with the whole WRC thing. Makes sense. This, if you watch YouTube and you watch anything related to gaming, you've definitely seen this. It's just a PlayStation accessory, USB light, which I don't really use. Is there any battery in it? Oh, there is. Wow. Yeah, so it's just a little aesthetic on it. I don't use it very often, to be honest, but yeah. So that completes the top half of the setup. Everything I am showing you will be linked in the description. So, yeah. By the way, before we did this, I did do a little spring clean, hence why it looks clean. It doesn't use, well, I try to stay on top of it, but this desk collects dust like you wouldn't believe. I try to stay on top, but it's so quick to form dust, I just can't keep up. But yeah, I thought I'd better give this thing a little spring clean in the winter. But you know, it wouldn't have looked particularly visually pleasing if it weren't clean, at least. So yeah, I've cleaned that. Monitors. So I can't actually remember what these monitors are specifically called, but they are both Iana. If you have any idea who they are, I still don't, but they're decent, aren't they? So yeah, both 27 inches. That one has 165 hertz refresh rate. That one only has 100. That's the one I just got recently. Hint, hint, if you see my recent return to the WRC. That was my first... Was it my first video? Yeah, it was. It was my first video with this new layout. You may have been able to notice if you paid attention, but yeah, life changing. I knew it would be, but my God, it is like, I feel like a professional Twitch streamer now, even though I'm not streaming. I don't do Twitch, and I don't think I ever will. I don't need that kind of life. It ain't for me. Not that I'd really get that far. Yeah, it's not really for me. I do have an account, like, but I don't know. Speakers will work all the way down. Oh, speaking of which, see what I did there. Webcam, you've seen, I think. It's just it's a U-green webcam. Again, everything's being linked in the description. This is, I have had now for a few months. It's kind of what prompted me to start doing YouTube, to be honest, because I use Discord on a daily with my mates, and I have a headset, which you will see. It's currently on charge. I'll get it for you in a sec. But I use Discord. Obviously, Discord allows streaming of games and like using webcams and stuff. So I think it was after I got a webcam, I thought I could do YouTube now. I've got all the tools. So I did. I don't use my webcam on Discord, but I do obviously use it in my YouTube videos. For 30 quid? I don't know. I haven't done a lot of research, but I think the link I'll tell you in the description, probably 30 quid. It's sound for what you get for it. It's fine. Although when I started doing this YouTube, I did need to make sure, because this webcam has a built-in microphone with it, I needed to make sure I weren't getting double audio for my mic that I was wearing on my headset and on the webcam, because that kind of explains the echoing that you may have heard from my videos. But on the whole, it's a solid webcam. Have another penguin on my desktop, but there's too many penguins in there, might as well call it a zoo. And then I just felt like it had to be done. We have the Windows XP wallpaper because I am just of that generation. I feel like more people, Luke, Ben, boys, Jack, all of yous, where are you? What are your desktops? Windows XP was just such a glorious time of everybody's childhood, and I try to stay connected to my childhood as I still can, which by the day gets tough. Hence why the likes of John Cena retiring from wrestling, which I need to do a video about. Yeah, can't go wrong. Keyboard. This came in a multi-pack from Asda for 30 quid. High-end stuff, this. Asda. Just Asda. I'm buying gaming equipment from the same place my dad buys the groceries from. I know, I might look to upgrade it at some point down the line. Don't think I need to. It's fine for what it is. I did get a headset with it. Got replaced because it was terrible. But yeah, it's solid. 30 quid. You get everything you need. Basically, you can tell I'm still very much like making me way financially, finally. And then over time, I settle will gradually get better. I might get better. Like, I don't think your keyboard and mouse is really that much of a thing to be worried about. I game with a gamepad anyway. I use a Xbox pad, so it doesn't really matter to me. I don't see the difference between a 10 quid keyboard and mouse and a 30 quid, 40 quid keyboard and mouse, apart from the fact it lights up. Apart from that, what's the point? Like phones, people spend like £1,000 on a phone. All you need on a phone is text, camera, music, and phone calls. That's it. Why does that cost like over £1,000? And it's pathetic. And a watch. What's the difference between a Casio £10 watch from Argos and a Rolex? They do the same thing. It's a waste of money. I'm sorry, it is. It's a waste of money. It looks nice, but it's a fucking waste of money. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Microphone. I don't know whether I've elaborated on any of what I'm showing you, saying I got this, because some of this I have had for maybe a few weeks now. I got this. It's a Blue Yeti microphone, 70 quid. Yeah, we're moving up. I got the microphone itself. This little thing I got separately with it because I needed one, and this is very important. It is a filter, pop filter thingy bob. You clamp it to my desk, and then effectively what that's doing, I do think some people put this in front of it instead of behind it. I tried it with it behind it, but it was a bit shit, so I put it behind it instead, and it's a lot better. But this will help close out like unwanted noise. Even though with the likes of Discord and that, they use like voice isolation, so it should do most of the job anyway. But this like really helps. It's Accord, whoever the hell they are. I'm not big on these brands. As you'll have seen in my return to the series, many very cool features that I've had a lot of fun using, specifically the voice changer. It's too much fun. Yeah, got your leads. I do have an aux lead, which I use to connect my headset, because you've got your audio jack, which I would use the aux lead, and then that's like your power thing. It's a USB to your computer. So that'll be going there, and then your aux lead will go in there. And then what I do, if I just show you my headset, as you will have already seen, it goes in, not where you think. It doesn't go there, it goes there instead. Not there, there. I have to put it there because I tried it there and it didn't work. So, yeah, Open mic. One of my mates at least wasn't particularly impressed about me buying an open mic because one of our other mates has one and it's annoying. So I understand the issues and made sure they were addressed. So no audio problems on Discord that I have been told about. Not for a while anyway, which is good. But yeah. These two here, yeah. That one of these isn't even a actual like table mat. I think it's that. I was using that for something else. That is an actual like mouse mat. I was using that for something and then thought, you know what, I need something here. That works, I'll put that there instead. So yeah, that's just, yeah. Few decorations, couple of Hot Wheels cars. I think because I was playing Hot Wheels at that point. Unleashed and turbocharged. And then my only pop figure, Batman, because he is my absolute favourite superhero in the world. I played all the Arkham games. I am obsessed. I'm not quite as obsessed with penguins as I am. No, I'm not quite as obsessed with Batman as I am with penguins, but I love Batman. Any of my mates or family out there, my birthday's next month, so hey. Stand up, God's sake, Bruce. And then next to that is, as I touched upon earlier on, my action figure that I keep close of my childhood hero, the man you can't see. Very old. If you've paid attention or seen any kind of wrestling in the last 20 years, you know this is old. This is like 2008 John Cena, this. But I keep him close. He sits there. He did used to stand up there, but now with my whole new setup, I've had to kind of improvise and move things around. But yeah, so that's all that. Now to the main piece of the place, the source of the juice, if that makes sense. Just the anchor of the ship. I'm using too many analogies now. Still my first ever and current gaming PC. I have my mic, which is USB Bluetooth powered, and then my wired controller, which I needed. Let me pick you up. I needed a new mic. I needed a new controller because some of my buttons were getting sticky, and I deal with stick drift, which is like these. It's annoying, but I've had this for a good 4 or 5 months, maybe now. But yeah, it's Turtle Beach. I wanted a wireless pad, but then I thought, because I am a bit sick of all these wires, but I'm not complaining with what I've got. It does its job. Right, let's get down low. Oy! Sorry about that. Oh, right. So ignore if you can see any condensation. Gordon Bennett, that needs a clean. Anyways, ignore that, please. Right, so here it is. Wow, this is really, really awkward. I'm going to turn this round as much as I can without causing too much of a interference. So you probably can't see half of what you're meant to be looking at. And if you suffer with any kind of light condition, I'm really sorry. I would have turned the RGB off, but I don't know how to, and I don't know if I can. So I'm not very technically savvy in terms of like I couldn't tell you what everything is and what everything does. I have learned a lot recently from Jack, to his credit, because he is your go-to guy. Well, he's my go-to guy and all of us. So yeah, we have in this computer a Intel Core i5 10400F, a NVIDIA GTX 1660 Super graphics card, which I think is 6 gigabytes. I have a H410H V2 motherboard. I think I got that right. I think it's DDR4. I think. 32 gigs of RAM. I just got another 16 gig, and it has changed everything for how I can play games. I think maybe, I actually looked at the power supply. I think it's a 650 watts hour power supply, I think, which I think is fine. I don't know. It's just a computer, isn't it? I don't know if there's anything else I've missed. Graphics card, CPU, motherboard, RAM, terabyte SSD, except it's actually 930 gig, not a terabyte, because your computer's like reserve space for stuff, I think. So you don't, if you get a terabyte, you're actually only getting about 900-ish, not a terabyte. Just bear that in mind when you're buying storage for your computer. Anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, as I said, I have just bought some more RAM for my computer. Came the other day. Before it came on Christmas Eve, I think. No, it didn't. It came on the 22nd. It came on the 22nd of December. Got that in. I am in the middle of upgrading this. I've had it now for 2.5 years, and now I'm in a position where I have 2 jobs, 2 paydays, one of them being middle of the month and end of the month. What's the point in having 2 jobs and 2 paydays if you don't start dreaming? I used to worry about dreaming because I was so stressed about my job security and my situation, but now I have 2 proper locked down jobs. I can now begin to dream and make my dreams happen, and I am only just starting now. So while my computer is definitely on the budget side, when I got it 2.5 years ago, it was about 627-ish quid from a little shop on a road around there, pre-built. I am currently working on a new one, but with the situation, I'm upgrading that one in the middle of buying a new one, because, you know, bits can interchange and stuff, so that's a whole different thing. But yeah, first 2.5 years of having a gaming PC and having the gaming PC life has been a dream. And if I get back up, get myself up with one arm and I'm using a chair that spins, it's not what you want. Oh God, I'm stuck. Oh, there we go. First 2.5 years of having a rig has been amazing. I always dreamt of like what it would be like, and it's every bit as incredible as I dreamt of it being. Do have a lot of wires, ignore it. But this is just the beginning. I got started and I got comfortable. Now we gotta grow, as is the way in life. So there is the setup that I am running and have been and will run, with a new and improved computer on the way. If you have any questions, which I imagine 1 or 2 people will. Oh, speakers. I've had those for about 10 years. They used to be somewhere else in where I'm sitting. However, with the addition of my second monitor, I had, as I said, I had to kind of rearrange stuff. And the best thing I could do for my speakers, because of where they're plugged in and where the wires are and stuff, the best thing I could do was just lie them flat like that. It's fine. But yeah, for 10-year-old speakers, they're perfectly fine. I have thought about getting new speakers, but then I thought, is it really worth it? I've literally got a 90 quid soundbar there. Do I need more speakers there when I've got that? No, maybe one day, but not right now. Yeah, if you've got any questions about the setup, anything at all, whether it be the desk, even Penguin questions, come at me. I'm not asked. PS5 wise, the goal is that will be as good as the PS5, and then it'll come a point where I probably don't need the PS5. Not going to be for a while yet, because there's games on the PS5 that you wouldn't be able to play on the PC. Although more and more by the day are coming to PC, so you never know. But if I feel like I have no need for the PS5 because I just don't use it, which is not true at all, and probably still won't be for quite a while, by the next generation, we'll see. But yeah, any questions, drop them in the comments. Everything, which there's a lot, I've got a link, it's gonna take me a minute. Any questions, leave them in the comments. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had a wonderful 2025. 2026, try not to work too hard. Make time for yourself. And live, laugh, love, as they used to say. I'll catch you in the next episode of the WRC, where Tommy will be watching keenly. I am confident of that. So until then, I will catch you later. Bye bye now.